Religious leaders, former political activists and scholars have all hailed Tutu's contribution to the achievement of a democratic South Africa. Ntokozo Mazibuko now with this report.
A bastion of hope, peace and reconciliation in a country still reckoning with its traumatic past, the passing of Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu has forced some of the country's foremost leaders in society to contemplate how South Africa can best honor his memory. One SA leader, Musi Maimane, whose own civic movement seeks to create a society based on the principles of justice, racial harmony and clean governance, says the late Archbishop gave leaders like him the tools to forge a better South Africa.
He gave us license and language to say it is possible to build one South Africa. He made it possible by saying, fight for reconciliation. And it would be unthinkable today, certainly for someone who paid such a heavy price for it. As I said earlier, when others just wanted revenge, he gave us the opportunity to say, fight for Ubuntu, because in Ubuntu, the principle stands that I see the divine or the humanity in others before any other thing.
Anti-apartheid activist, author and cleric Reverend Alan Busak says South Africans can best honor Tutu by taking up the causes he once fought for.
Well, we honor that memory by taking up that struggle, by realizing that Desmond Tutu died when that struggle was far from over, that Desmond Tutu died not in the country that he had fought for, but in an alien country where those injustices are still part of our lives every day, where corruption is rife, where government knows no responsibility or accountability to its people, where almost every promise that they make is a lie and the people have to walk on the broken glass of their promise.
Former public protector and social justice chair of the Law Trust at Stellenbosch University, Advocate Thuli Madonsela, called on society to look for leadership, the likes last seen in Tutu, in ordinary South Africans instead of the country's current crop of politicians.
Most of the times, the voices that we ask for are voices of politicians. If we affirm social leadership, as happened during the time of Bishop Tutu, we will discover that there are many great people among us. Because you remember how Bishop Tutu and Nelson Mandela and others rose to power. They were not political leaders per se. They were social leaders. Because in politics, that leadership space had been closed up to people like him. And therefore, they were celebrated as social leaders. I think that we should start giving space to social leaders. We just give far too much space to political leaders, even if sometimes they say things that are so contrary to our constitution.
As tributes continue to pour in, it's clear that South Africans and the global community at large are undoubtedly inspired by Tutu, the laureate, social activist, humanitarian and human rights defender. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ntokozo Mazibuko in Johannesburg.